shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you were interested in picking up a channel membership for as little as $1.99 a month, head over to my channel profile and hit the join button to view all of the available perks. Thanks! So today, we have a video containing a pretty huge topic, you could say. In case you've been living under a rock for these past few days, LEGO has announced a new step forward for the theme of Ninjago, and to cut it down simply, to go alongside the new Cool Wave, they have been pushing this new create your own story theme, more so than ever before. In the form of small comic strips to inspire those wanting to take part in this, there are also some resources to actually enable you to create your own Ninjago storyline over on Ninjago.com. With this all being said, a whole lot of people, including myself to be honest, have been wondering why this is happening in the first place, and to put it simply here, there has been a lot of speculation surrounding this entire thing. Now, as we've just spoken about, LEGO has been pushing for fans to create their own Ninjago story over on their website, something we have never seen before for the theme, and that is cool. I've said before many times now that I do enjoy this concept quite a bit, but you see, theories have arisen surrounding all of this, and while there may actually be nothing behind all of this, and Ninjago and LEGO have just kind of doing this for a campaign with absolutely nothing behind it, for the sake of today's video, let's just go along with some of the theories and have a discussion about that side of things. Now, I'm just going to be blunt and get right into it here. Essentially, people have been coming up with speculative ideas that suggest LEGO is doing this to gauge details for the future storyline of the show, or maybe so that they can retcon things from the past for this new Ninjago United installment set to release next year. I think this is quite the wild theory to make, honestly, but I wouldn't be surprised if something like this was to happen. Now, of course, Ninjago United, at this point, will most likely be entirely finished, but later down the line, in terms of Ninjago, yeah, definitely. Now, what is it exactly that I personally believe in with this whole entire thing and theory itself? What is it exactly I'm just chipping away at? Well, as others have been theorising, I think that it could be entirely likely that LEGO is doing this to gauge the community's thoughts and opinions on certain things, so that they can make changes for the future of this quote-unquote new show of sorts, which on its own could definitely be a good thing to an extent, but I also don't think it would be a great idea to have an absolute ton of fan-generated concepts and ideas thrown into a new series in this way, especially if they are also gauging which characters to give more or less screen time to, for example. I think that could actually end up being a negative thing, all things considered. While it is definitely quite refreshing to see a few fan-made things happen in the actual official show and storyline, having too much of that and having the community decide on big things like this for the future, it's just not a good thing at all, and I think things could go downhill extremely quickly if they were to actually go alongside all of this. Now, as I mentioned briefly at the beginning, obviously there absolutely may be nothing behind all of this, and people are just reaching way too far and are looking for things to theorise on. But at the same time, I think there's definitely that chance that we could see some of this stuff actually have an effect on Ninjago in the next 2-3 years maybe, for example, once the results are in, and just kind of once they get some of these whole story-based ideas and stuff, and once they can kind of come up with what the fans want to see, I think that's when we're going to see a pretty big change happen, and I think that's when things may be going downhill to an extent. So overall, I'm not really the biggest fan of this idea if this was to actually happen. Hopefully nothing does actually change that. Hopefully all of this has just been completely blown over the top and nothing like this does actually happen in the future. I would love for Ninjago to not really be impacted by the fans in this way, and so yeah, I think that's just about going to do it for this one here. Be sure to drop all of your own thoughts and opinions down below on this in the comments. I would love to hear your own thoughts on this. If you enjoyed, leave a like on it, subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell so that you can be the first to view my new videos whenever I do post them. With all of this being said, I'll see you all soon for my next one. Goodbye.